It's going crazy. You know, we've got the Santa drip on. Can't complain. Everyone's having a good time. You know, see you later on.
Welcome back. It is episode number 47 of Learning the Hard Way. It certainly feels like December. This is our last vlog episode of the year and we've got an action-packed one for you. I'm heading out and doing my HGV license, so fingers crossed I pass. We're also going to be revealing our very own HGV. So the grab truck we have been banging on about for weeks, you're going to see what it looks like. And we've got some great new merch to support that from our good friends at Big Boots. Been like a proper trucker. I've had a bacon and sausage butty from a burger van for breakfast for 2 days in a row, and it is not conducive to productivity. I crash so hard after eating that stuff. But we are here, we're at Dunsfold Aerodrome. This is where EP driver training are based, and I've had the privilege of spending 2 days inside Sheila. I didn't do any vlogging yesterday. Monday was the first day here and got here in the pitch black, set off in the pitch black, and to be totally honest, it was all just a bit overwhelming. I was learning with another driver yesterday, but today I've had just one-to-one with the instructor, which has been fantastic. So yeah, great to get the one-to-one time in, and it's all felt like it's really clicked just a little bit better today. Yesterday was largely just getting used to the size of it. It's obviously a fairly big adjustment stepping into and being responsible for something like this. And I think I probably naively assumed maybe the first morning would be spent just cruising around here, getting used to it. But no, we literally headed straight for the gate and straight out into rush hour traffic. So yeah, certainly in at the deep end. You know, as these guys explained, they're not teaching you how to drive, they're just teaching you to adjust how you drive into something that's obviously significantly bigger. The sort of upfront dimensions I don't think I've struggled with too much. It's just the length and what the back of you is doing that catches you out a few times. Learning how wide you've got to take everything, how slow you've got to take everything, how many things you've got to look at and check. But largely, I think it's gone all right. Touch wood, we haven't damaged anything yet. So this lorry is obviously just being used for training. It's having a pretty easy life. It's not carrying any weight around, but of course it's a curtain-sided lorry, so it would have been used for, I guess, just any sort of delivery, carrying any goods. The cab itself is fairly basic, but as comfortable as you need it to be. If you're driving these professionally, you obviously need to be able to adjust everything to suit you and your driving position, and everything is all air controlled. It's all sort of good fun playing around with all of the compressors in here. Even the steering column and steering rack is all on air compressors. So you really can tweak everything to suit you. It's an automatic, it's very intuitive to drive actually. If you're used to driving a car, everything that you need to do is where you'd assume it would be. I mean, you've got your lights here, indicators where they should be, wipers where they should be, full beam where they should be. The only thing that's maybe slightly strange, it is an automatic and the gearbox is controlled just with a little knob there. So you literally click it into whatever gearbox you need for whatever you're doing. I think it's pretty similar to the Grab that we have got. As you will have seen last week on Monday, I did my theory tests. So my multi-choice and hazard perception were both done, and then I also did my CPC theory test. So those were all ticked off, and then I'm now doing my HGV C2, so that is rigid body. And what we mean by rigid body is it is just one lorry. It's not a tractor unit in a trailer, it's not a big articulated truck. Before we can do our full HGV license, I had to do my reversing test. So essentially it was wiggling around through a load of cones and stopping in the right place. So making sure you can actually reverse this up to something and you've got the sort of spatial awareness not to just plough into whatever it is you're meant to be reversing up to. So once all of this is done, provided I pass on Friday, I can then book in my CPC practical, which would most likely be next week, and that then means I can go out as a commercial driver. It's a big licensing and training process, a lot of red tape, it's quite expensive, but you are obviously massively upskilled at the end of it, and it's a great thing for me to have on my license. And I feel as somebody who is putting grab trucks on the road, I need to be able to actually use them myself, not have the dependence on just the drivers that we employ. So that is day 2. I've got 3 more days to go with the driving, so yeah, it's going to be a pretty intense week, but luckily my test is first thing at 8 AM on Friday morning, so I'm really hoping I pass ahead of the Hardwood Christmas do and actually manage a bit of a Friday off at the end of it. And speaking of hardwoods, we are going to head over to Godalming now, where both our maintenance and landscaping teams are hard at work.
Morning, back in Godalming.
Back in Godalming. Yeah, the weather's a little bit dreary, but spirits are high. We've got some Christmas music on, lots of bodies on site today, so yeah, lots getting done really. We're starting with the cladding. So I've started along the main wall with Harry cutting them down for me, and Andy's doing the techie part around the jacuzzi area. So hopefully by the end of today we should have a good volume of the cladding on the wall, and then once that's up, it's drainage in, and then we can continue on with the paving. So coming along nicely. I'd say we've broken the back of it really, especially with the paving, because we're sort of just infilling from this point. There's a little bit more to do with the steps up and cladding the risers, and there's light fittings going into those as well. So yeah, a bit of sort of drilling and lighting stuff which Andy will take care of. So but yeah, in terms of sort of the main body of the job, I'd say we're well into it now. Try and get it as wrapped up as possible, and get materials off site, get our tools off site, leave it looking nice for the breaks.
Today and for the last couple of weeks, I've been going through some of the terrace beds, ripping out the plants and putting a whole load back in. Previous people have focused on the grass and the leaves and haven't done anything with the beds and borders, and plants do need maintaining, and this particular set of plants was just all over the place. The client wasn't very happy with it. I decided it looked a mess, and so I've basically taken a whole load of stuff out. The plants that we're putting back in, they're gentle, they're soft, they're in keeping with the environment around us, which just gives the whole place that nice feel. Comment from one of the guys was, well, it just looks like a bunch of dead sticks. To most people that's very, very true. The reality is those dead sticks are salvia blue spire, and I know they're going to be silver stemmed, they're going to have blue flowers all over them, the bees are going to love them, they're going to grow quite big, and that's what I can see in my head when I'm planting them. And I think that's really important for the gardener to be able to almost envisage what it's going to look like rather than what it just looks like now.
So as you saw earlier, my HGV license process test preparation is all going pretty well. I am really enjoying it, but it is long days. I want to counter a bit of a point I made last week about the cash flow issues and how frustrating they were, because we've gone into the rest of the month actually in a really strong cash flow position. We've managed to get some great invoices in, we've managed to get them all paid. We've got some fantastic, our Godalming clients are fantastic payers, just nice and quick and efficient, and really appreciate it. So that's put us into a great position, and I've just sat here and cleared pretty much every statement and invoice that we owe, which just feels really good. It's really not, it just feels like a huge weight has been lifted. So this is the whole issue that I find with the landscaping business, is the feast and famine cash flow situations you find yourself in. You get a couple of big invoices paid and you can clear everything and be in a really good position, and then that's often followed by a bit of a pinch. And the stability in our cash flow is something that we're really going to push for next year, and it's something that I see maintenance being a really key part of. On top of the driver training, that's not all I'm doing this week. I am still massively playing catch up, and then a big part of Grab and what we're working on is a pitch deck. So writing about the issue that we're trying to solve in the industry, the issue that we've identified, then what our solution is and how we believe it's going to work, who and what is the market for what it is that we're working on. Again, I can't tell you too much, which is really boring. You know, I'd rather just tell everyone because I'm excited about it as well. The product service that we're building, so this is what we're raising for is phase 1, but actually there are phases 2 and 3 which are even bigger, so we want to make potential investors aware of those so they know it's not a one-time thing and it's going to keep growing. How the platform accommodates both trade and retail customers, so everybody is a customer. How we connect this to, and oh god, I don't want to give this away, how do we connect it to, let's say, other industry professionals? Why have we bought our grab truck? How does this fit into this wider business? So we're providing, I'm not going to tell you. So yeah, that's all the stuff that we're working on in the evenings after driving a truck all day, which mentally is absolutely exhausting. So I am going to see how far into the night I can go with all of this before I crash and have to be back at the driving school for 7 AM tomorrow to do it all again. Another successful 4-hour block of cruising around in Sheila done, but yeah, feeling pretty relaxed in there now and just really wanting to get the test out of the way. We've had I've just had some interesting news from our Godalming sites. As you know, it's all been going very well over there so far and good progress from all the teams. After the back and forth with the clients of trying to decide the right fit for the cladding and what they wanted, organising all of the samples for them, etc., we have got most of the way through installing the cladding onto the walls and they have turned around and asked us to start again. They don't like it. No other way of explaining it. I think it's the first time he's seen it since it's been that far through the process. And yeah, he wants it all ripped down, and it's a real shame because the significant majority of that material can't be reused. The walls now have to be cleaned and stripped back again. The clients, of course, are paying in full for all of this. So yes, it's good that we've got more work, but that's a fairly cynical way of looking at not a great situation for anyone. I know the guys are a bit gutted. They've spent some real effort and care and attention in mitering all of the corners perfectly and just getting it looking really, really, yeah, really good. I am on my way over to Berry Hill Landscapes, our fantastic supplier, and we are going to start being even more open about the grab truck and where it's from. I said when we first announced it on the vlogs, people might recognise that yard. Well, it's Berry Hill's yard. And the grab we have got from Berry Hill, so it's one of their lorries that we know very well, and they are actually a little bit involved in this new company, or their director John is, which for me is very exciting. So I am jumping in the car with him and we're driving over to see the grab in the first time in its new colour. So next time I pull this little camera out, it will be to show you what our truck looks like. Have a look at this. There it is, long awaited. Magenta grab truck. The obvious, very pink, very bright elephant in the room is about to be put into her livery, which is very exciting. We've got Lee from Visual Signs on his way over. So that's not the only grab update that is exciting. I'm just going to put this inside so it doesn't get muddy. Actually, I'll put it here, even better. There you go, dogs. So if anyone follows my Instagram account, and if you don't, here's the link, here's the tag. You will see that I've been sharing the donation link for Grab, for Calm, and the money we want to raise. I've been also said that the first 10 people to donate a £20 donation will get some merch sent out. So again, massive thank you to Big Boots and team, because they've actually covered a lot of the, we've all taken our margins off of these beanies, so we need to sell them. We've got 200. They are exactly the same as the hardwood beanies that you see me and my team wear all the time, so you know they're very good quality. These typically retail for about £20, so that's what we are going to be selling them at. And we haven't worked out the exact margins, but at least £10 of every single beanie that we sell. So yeah, I'm hoping about £2,000 is going to go straight to Calm. So not only if you donate £20 are you supporting an amazing charity, but you're also going to get one of these turning up in the post. If you can't bear wearing something that is so pink for an amazing charity, an amazing cause, representing what's going to be an incredible brand, you can go for something a little bit tamer. I, of course, will be rocking the full pink. No, we're not going to make Christmas delivery, but we're going into January, February, it's cold. And will we ship internationally? We've got a few American supporters on the vlog now, which is pretty cool. We will ship internationally. There you go, I've said it. Might have to charge a little bit more for postage. But yeah, let's get these grab beanies all over the world. And then if you do buy one, make sure you send us some pictures as well. The light is fading, but I'm sure you can see how pretty incredible this looks. Very exciting. So there's a few bits on the truck that I'm sure you've seen. Contact details when you want to book us in. There you go. No Scotland inquiries, sorry. It's West Sussex, Surrey, and the surrounding southeast basically. But most importantly as well, got our charity stickers on now and QR codes. What do the QR codes do? Well, if you see the truck parked up, give it a scan, click on it, and there you go. Grab Trucks Limited in aid of Calm. Take you straight there so you can donate. I mean, as always with these things, looks just even better in real life than it did in the visualizations online. So super happy with it. Just can't believe how clean it is. Amazing seeing a grab truck this clean. Good morning. We have made it to the end of the week, and you can probably see why I haven't been doing any morning vlogging. I'm on my way to the driving school, hopefully for the last time. I've got my test this morning. I don't really know if I'm confident, to be honest. I'm definitely a little bit nervous. I didn't sleep very well last night. I feel confident in my driving, but anything could happen. I did a mock test yesterday and cruised through that with, he gave me 2 minors just for mirror checks, so I'll be super on it with my mirrors today. And then afterwards we have got the Hardwood Christmas do. So that's another thing I'm a little bit nervous about, is the fact that this hasn't been a secret test. Everybody knows I'm doing it, which, whilst it's been nice to have lots of good lucks, I think I would have rather have done it just by sort of sneaking in and getting it out of the way. So yeah, lots going on in my head this morning. We've got Looking forward to this afternoon though, looking forward to spending some good proper time with the Hardwood guys. I think everybody is looking forward to a beer and a bit of an unwind. It's going to be great getting everybody together, merging sort of site and office as well. And it hasn't happened enough this year. The guys have said a few times that they'd like to try and do some more socials, but this year's just been pretty insane, to be honest. And it's not that I haven't wanted to organise things, the year's just disappeared. So we will try and be better next year. But I'm pulling up to where my truck is parked now. The time is 6:15 in the morning. Wish me luck. I'll let you know how it goes. Might have to blur out some of the numbers, I don't know, but I've passed. There you go, first time, HGV, done, very happy, fantastic way to start a Friday. I'm on my way over to our local breakfast burger van now to pick up a breakfast order for everyone. Everyone's at the Hardwood yard having a bit of a sort out and a bit of a tidy. So I'm heading over now to join them. I'll catch up with you at the yard. But yeah, great news, very happy. Looking forward to getting out in that truck. So we've made it back to the yard, and as you can see, there is hardwood vehicles and paraphernalia everywhere. The farmer being very patient with us, but it's just a case of we've got everybody together to have a bit of an organise, just throw lots of pairs of hands at a few little jobs around the yard that needed wrapping up, and a bit of a sort out and tidy up as well. As you also know, past my HGV today, so sort of where we are with everything. I'm legally allowed to drive it on the road. I'm just waiting for the insurance to be sorted out. I can then operate it commercially once I've done my CPC practical, which is next Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Technically, that's all I then need to do. I can go out and use it commercially. And yeah, come January, come first thing in the new year, this is on the roads, looking for as many customers as it can, both to make this commercially viable and of course to raise as much money for Calm as we possibly can. So yeah, if you need a grab and you're in Surrey and Sussex, let us know. Good competitive rates, friendly drivers, amazing truck. We're so nearly there, but it's been a slog. It's been an expensive journey, so I'm glad I'm passing things first time. If I'd failed today, a retest is £400. So it's not the sort of thing to take, you know, too sort of half-assed, because yeah, those bills can add up pretty quickly. I turned up and bought everybody breakfast, which they're very grateful for, and I'm also just trying to G everyone up again, not because I'm being a dictator of a boss and wanting everyone to work hard on what it should be the Christmas do, but the quicker we get it done, the quicker we can lock the yard up and head into Guildford.
As we're sort of starting to wind down for the year and for the Christmas break, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to just say a big thank you to everyone at Hardwood for sort of all their hard work this year, to the guys on site for all their dedication and for working tirelessly to deliver the beautiful gardens that we've been creating, the maintenance team for keeping them pristine. Big thank you to the ladies in the office for all the behind the scenes work and everything that goes on to keep this going. To the media team, big thank you to you guys for you know, putting hours and hours into every week's video and all the editing, all the shooting, all the polishing that goes into creating this content. Big thank you to Olly, obviously, for keeping this train rolling, supporting growth, supporting development. Yeah, and to all of you at home for watching, liking and subscribing. So yeah, thanks very much. It's been a great year. 25 is going to be a big year, so watch this space.
You're already filming, aren't you? I knew you were. Catch me on my off guard.
What can we expect from you tonight on this big night out?
Don't know, a little snooze around 8 PM maybe, in the corner. Maybe like a nice mint tea.
Got to keep it professional, don't we? What happens on the work do, stays on the work doing that, right? If you're a woman in Guildford tonight, I feel for you. It's Harry's on the pool.
What, mate? Well, yeah, word might have got out that I'm extremely excited for the Christmas do. Probably more than anyone here. I think it's the best day of the year, personally. A few beers, maybe a few beers. Bit of dancing, hopefully a bit of dancing, a few horrendous Christmas jumpers.
What can we expect? I would say festivities, I would say fun, I would say frolicking. tomfoolery, shenanigans, probably a bit of dancing, a lot of singing, and at least one cha-cha slide.
What can we expect on the Christmas do?
Oh, on the Christmas do? I don't know. I reckon some specific person who runs the companies might be out quite late. And I'm really hoping I don't have to share a lift with him because I think I might be done a bit sooner. Jay said he's not getting blackout because he'll get told off, but I don't think he believes himself, and I think he might make the biggest hit of himself.
Depends if I'm being good or not. Depends how quickly the jazz hands comes out. Probably a little bit of drinking, a little bit of boogieing on the tables. All the pizzazz will come out. No, we're just gonna have a lovely time, a couple of drinks with the lads, it'll be wonderful. Bit of wine, beer, shots, and then it will lead onwards. No, we're being very sensible. We're a sensible team. Yeah, but we're gonna have a wicked fun time.
And that's it, our last vlog of 2024. We've done it. We've spent a whole year vlogging on YouTube and it feels great. Thank you so much to everybody who has watched and engaged with these videos over the last year. I can't tell you how much we really appreciate it. Stay tuned because over the Christmas break, we've got 2 special episodes coming out and then we are back vlogging in January. It's going to be bigger and better, and I can't wait to share another year behind the scenes with all of you.